Dollar in the oil market, in foreign exchange reserves, in international loans, almost everywhere, the dollar. But the question is, why? In this video, we will explore the history of the dollar, how it became the world's international currency. Can the United States print unlimited dollars? Why does the dollar become stronger or weaker? And which currencies might challenge the dollar in the future? Believe me, this story is fascinating. So let's begin. In ancient times, there were no coins and no paper money. People used something called the barter system. This meant trading goods directly for other goods. For example, a farmer might give wheat and receive cloth in return. But as populations grew, trade expanded, and people needed a better system. That is when humans invented coins. Gold and silver coins became the most trusted form of money. For centuries, gold represented true wealth. This idea later became the foundation of modern currencies. Eventually, the world moved from metal coins to paper money. Now let's talk about the birth of the dollar. In the 18th century, a new country appeared on the world map, the United States. In 1776, the American government officially introduced its currency, the United States dollar. The word dollar actually comes from the European coin called the thaler. In the beginning, the dollar was linked to precious metals like gold and silver. This system was called the gold standard. Under this system, every dollar had a fixed value in gold. Now the real story of the dollar's power begins. The year was 1944. The world had just been devastated by World War II. Many countries, including much of Europe and Japan, were economically destroyed. But one country remained strong, the United States. Around that time, representatives from 44 countries gathered in a small town in New Hampshire for an important meeting. This historic meeting became known as the Bretton Woods Conference. During this conference, several crucial decisions were made. Two global financial institutions were created, the International Monetary Fund, the World Bank. Their purpose was to help rebuild countries after the war. But the most important decision was this. The United States dollar would become the world's reserve currency, and the dollar itself would be backed by gold. Under this system, 1 ounce of gold was equal to $35. Countries could hold dollars and exchange them for gold, and that is when the real global power of the dollar began. But the story didn't stop there. In 1971, the President of the United States, Richard Nixon, made a historic decision. He ended the Bretton Woods system. This also ended the gold standard. From that moment on, the dollar was no longer tied to gold. This meant the United States could print money without holding gold reserves. Then another game-changing system appeared, the Petrodollar system. On June 8, 1974, a historic agreement was made between the United States and Saudi Arabia. According to this agreement, oil would be traded only in US dollars. In return, the United States would provide security to Saudi Arabia. Now, think about this. Every country in the world needs oil, and to buy oil, they needed dollars. So every country had to hold US dollars. This system helped the dollar become the most powerful currency in the world. But the story goes even further. Over time, the dollar became more than just a currency. It became a geopolitical tool. The United States began using the dollar system to apply economic pressure. Countries that challenged U.S. policies often faced sanctions. For example, Iran, North Korea, Syria, Cuba, Russia, Venezuela. Even Pakistan faced sanctions after its nuclear tests in 1998. Because global trade depends heavily on the dollar system, these sanctions can have a powerful economic impact. Now, the big question is, can another currency replace the dollar? Some experts believe a few currencies could challenge it in the future. For example, the euro, or China's currency, the Chinese yuan. China is even working on an alternative system, sometimes called petro-yuan, where oil could be traded in yuan instead of dollars. Countries like Russia, Iran, and Venezuela have already started selling oil in other currencies. Since China is the largest buyer of Saudi oil, some analysts believe China could push for oil trade in yuan. If that happens, it could be a serious challenge to the dollar system. Some people even believe digital currencies like Bitcoin could change the future of money. But for now, no currency has replaced the dollar. History teaches us an important lesson. Global powers always change. There was a time when the British pound sterling was the most powerful currency in the world. Today, it is the United States dollar. And tomorrow, it might be something else. If you enjoyed this documentary, please like the video and tell me in the comments, which currency do you think could challenge the dollar in the future?